Okay, welcome everybody. TheProSpartanGamer here and PES 2017, and we're just going to show you briefly if you want to make your own franchise. Obviously we have the SP Spartan Franchise which will be running very soon on PES 2017, don't worry about that. Obviously the 2016 Spartans is coming to a climax now in Season 5, few games left, still fighting for honours on three fronts: the FA Cup, the Champions League and the Premiership. I'm just trying to get my game as far up together as possible edit wise before I start on that PES 2017 and the Spartans of 2017 Crusade. But what I wanted to show you today, it's not going to be a massive long video, but how to put a franchise in game. So if you want to be if you want to make an SP Spartans, if you want to make, I don't know, Tooting Tossers, or you want to make, I don't know, anyone, Bristol Big Tits, you know, whatever you want to make, put it in game and do your logo. Import it using a USB drive, which must be on a WEPES file. Remember that, that's the only folder that works when you put it in your PS3. So you need just that in a bare USB, and then you transfer all your images and all your bin files and all your logos and everything into there before transferring into the game via edit mode. So we're going to show you how to start it from the ground up basically. So we're going to go into edit mode, which is obviously in extras. We have done some editing on this game already. There's a fair bit of editing, a lot of kits and everything's been put in from the fantastic team at PES World. We've also, me and Chucky Boy have been doing Bundesliga teams and updating them, so they are in there as well. And we've also put in a few random team exports which you can do this year. So first of all, you want to go into data management and you want to import export. And just for one team, just because you're making your own team to begin with, you don't need, there's not a team file as such, because obviously you're going to import it, you're going to use it in the Master League on the default team, and there's not an actual team of players to import. So you're not going to be importing a team, which obviously if you want to import, say, someone like Bayern Munich into the game with all their squads already done, then you would go to import team, but we're not doing that. We're going to go to import images, and it will then ask to select the USB drive which you've put in one of the USB slots in the front of your PS4 with the webs file that I was on about and the content. So team emblems, strips, well, you're going to use your strip a lot, so I would go for the large strips, the 2048 by 2048s. So we're going to import them. It's looking to find your drive, it's finding your drive. And at the moment we have only the first, second and goalie kit for the Spartans of 2017 loaded in here. Very kindly done by Jordan from PES World. We're going to import them in. So let's just select images, and it's going to be 3, 5 and 4. That will put them into the master file, if you like, on the game for you to select when you come to edit your team. So okay, put them 3 in, those 3 are in. We've not got many slots left, as you can see, only 17. It is a problem this year. Some you probably need to work out which teams you're not going to play as much on. You know, it might be Serie B, it might be the Portuguese League, it might be La Liga B, whatever you're not going to play a lot of games in, then probably need to import some of those strips in the lower resolution so it's not using up so much space. Right, team emblems, you want to import your Spartans or your Bristol Big Tits or your Wellington Wankers or whatever it might be. You're going to import, you know, yeah, Hemel Hempstead helmet heads, whatever you're going for, you know, bring them in via there. Team emblems, let's say 256 by 256. You can see a Fenerbahce one there we've already imported. We're not going to do all of them. We're just after this bad boy, the SP Spartans badge of 2017. So yes, That is now in there. That's all we're going to put in. We haven't got a mugshot of me, thank goodness, because that would make this video even more X-rated than it is now. We've not got a picture of Spartan Park, because there isn't one. It's obviously fictitious. But if you wanted to say your pitch on another pitch that you like, I don't know, you know, perhaps you're a Liverpool fan, you're a Copite for whatever reason, you know, maybe you're a bit brain dead or something, you want to take a picture of Anfield and put in the game, then very welcome to. If you've got a manager picture, you know, if you're I don't know, if you want to be Bristol Big Tits and there's a picture of some broad with a massive pair of tits, then stick it there and she can be the manager of your team. I don't know, whatever you want to do, but there you are, play it away like that. There you see at the top, must be a WPES or WEBS file for it to be imported. So we've got everything in game that we want. Now we can go and make our team. Right, so you're going into teams, and what I ought to show you as well is I've already sorted out the competition structure. So let's show you competition structure. So Europe, you've obviously got the Premier League, which I've renamed Premier League, Sky Bet Championship, Liga 1 French, Liga 2 French, Serie A, Serie B, Eredivisie, La Liga 2, La Liga Nons, which is Portuguese, Bundesliga, which we've put in the PLA, the fake league in there, which we'll show you in a minute. So that's, and then we've got other European teams, which we've got a mix of some fake, and we're gradually working our way through putting different sides. And you can see we've added the likes of Legia Warsaw, Celtic, Fenerbahce, Hajduk Split, Shakhtar Donetsk, Red Bull Salzburg, Anderlecht's gone in, Olympiacos have gone in, and Genk, and then there's a few. We are going to use PES United for our Spartan team, just because we are. I don't know why, it just doesn't seem like too many other people have done bin files to overwrite that one, so that's good. In South America, you've got your Brazilian leagues, you've got your Argentinian leagues, and then you've got the sort of that's your Chilean league actually. And we've put in, we haven't done nothing with this other than renamed it to the Mexican League. So the fake league in South America will be the Mexican League. Okay, that's what we've got there. And then you've got your other Latin American teams, which form up the sort of Americans version of the Champions League. And then in Asia, we've named the fake league the J League, so we're going to put in the J League. We've not moved teams about yet to make sense of that either. And then you've got your AFC Champions League, obviously, in Asia. So that's what we've got. Now, how to get them right, you need to go into competition. It's not in that one, it's in competition settings, and then you click on it here, I think. It's a different place. When you're in this competition structure, last year you went out and you had to go into somewhere else, but this year you're in this one still, and you come down to the draw size and you select the number of teams and you make it 18. It's only 18 in the Bundesliga, which puts 2 more teams into the other European pot. Now, before you start your Master League and everything, you want to get this right. So I think La Liga is only 18 and J League is probably only 18. I'm pretty sure that's right. So that puts teams back in the place, and then you obviously go in and you sort them out to make sure you've got the right pot in the right pot. So here we are in the right pot. So obviously that's the Premier League, and then as you go through to the ones that you've mucked about with, there you see we've got 18 teams in the Bundesliga, and they are all Bundesliga teams. But when you first make that change, you may not have. So, for example, you don't want your made up team to be in the Bundesliga. So we're looking for PES United. So say PES United had come in here instead of Hertha Berlin, like that. Then it's just a case of clicking on PES United, finding the missing Bundesliga team, which obviously is Hertha Berlin, which is there, and then moving them like that from one to the other. So it's just a simple thing like that. And then you get your leagues and everything all right to begin with. So you've got 18 teams in your Bundesliga. I think it's always best to make your fake team, if you want to play in Europe, that is, one of these other European teams. Because then it doesn't muck up the leagues and everything else, and you can still select then that team to go into whatever league you want to start your Master League. So right, so that's how you set up there. You're going to draw size and make it 18. You move them about by clicking on Europe and stuff to make sure you've got everything where you want. You then go into teams on the edit menu. So we're going into teams, we're finding the team you want to overwrite, so we're going in other European, and like we said, we're going to do PES United. Team name, pretty easy, doesn't take a genius to do this sort of stuff. And we're going SP Spartans, done. Shorthand, SPS. No commentary name for it, obviously. Like I say, if you're Bristol Big Tits or Hemel Hempstead Helmets or whatever you're going to put in there, you know, Chichester Chlamydias or whatever you want to put. I don't know what you're going to put in there. Whatever you want to put in there, and get it in there, you know. That's the place to put it in. Virginia Vaginas, whatever the name you want to put in there, put it in there. And then your name is already in. Emblem is going to be swapped now, so you're going to load the emblem that you've already previously put in. Okay, there's all the emblems we've got in game so far. We know that the Spartans is number 30 something from where we put it in before. Well, it's not actually, it's 45. Click on that bad boy. Yes, it's going to load in. There it goes in. In she goes. And then it should have changed. And there she is. She's in next to the SP Spartans. Team colours, obviously fairly self-evident. We're going to go with Spartan Blue. And well, away kit's yellow, but we probably are really mainly blue and white. So we'll go with that. Match strip colour. I don't know why it does that, but that's because the strip hadn't been changed yet. So that's a bit of a wallabaloo. Don't do that. Don't do that unless you're looking an idiot like I did. And now you're loading your strips in. Right. First step, obviously we're loading it in and we're going to paste the image. And it's L because we've put in the large ones. You're now coming down to find it. We know that it's the last ones we've put in game, so it should be right down the bottom. And in fact, it's got the Spartan already on it. So Spartan home kit is that one. And let's see it appear like magic. And there it is, the first site. And we can zoom in this time with the back buttons. And that is, we've obviously got to change the numbers to what we want. We'll do that in a minute. But that is going to be the Spartan home kit for the first couple seasons. Markings, we can do that now. Name on the back. These are slightly different, obviously, now this year. We want the font to match. Position plus 32. You can put it anywhere, look. Moves up and down, as you can see. We're going to have it right down the bottom this year. The names are going right down the bottom when they move. Come on. Not that far down, you stupid fool. There's a bit of lag on it, isn't there? The names on the home kit are going to be there. We're going to go for a little bit bigger, a little bit of zooming in. Font type. What font type do we want this year? We don't want that crappy writing. Don't want stencil fix either. I'm a bit old-fashioned really, I just like simple stuff like that. No arch. That would do. Squad number. Well, that's going to go right in the middle. Like that. No zoom or anything needed on that. Match the font. We're going to go for the square ones, we like them. Chest number we don't want. We will have shorts number. Same like that. Okay, so now we are winning. We now have that on. We think we're gonna. These kits have got a little bit more tweaking to do, but we're just showing you. We're gonna have Spartans right across the top there. That's why we're not putting the it at the top. We want Spartans right across the top there, and possibly we may well have Spartans down the front of the socks as well. We're just not sure about that yet. Nice proper armband made by Jordan as well, which is nice. So that's go on to the second one, and we're going to paste the image again, obviously, and the second kit is in the same. Right down the bottom, Jordan is working on the third and fourth kits at the moment. But obviously, if you don't have someone who can make the kits like this, and there is a beauty. It's based on the Fenerbahce kit. We just need to put the numbers in. Don't know what numbers are going to work. Probably a darker red, I think, may well work on that. I think we'll go for a darker red. See what that looks like. I think that's going to be the way to go. Actually, we will go font free. We'll try and keep the fonts the same. We're not going to go down the bottom on this one though, but we are going to zoom it just a tad. There. Squad number in the same colour. We're going to zoom that in a bit. You don't want it too big in your face. We're going to go for square. I think that's already the same colour. Just make sure. Yeah. And then shorts, we want to have a chest number. Get that the same. And in she goes. Looking good, Houston. Looking good. So that's going to be the away kit. We're on Adidas this year. We're sponsored, obviously sponsored by Pez World in the middle. The new Pez World badge, which looks amazing. They're in game. Spartan badge on it as well, which is very nice. Looking good. I like that kit very much. Goalie kit. I think there's a little bit more work to be done on the goalie kit at the moment, but we're getting it in game to show you straight away. And obviously the third and fourth kit will be added at a later date. Don't you worry about that. I was saying, if you don't have anyone who can do these for you, unfortunately do, then obviously you can still make them in game like we have previously and there's a goalie kit, which is looking very nice indeed. Might just change the numbers to white on this one, I think. I think that's going to be the problem now with our idea of putting some names down the bottom and some on the top, because you've only got one goalie kit. It does make it a little bit awkward, to be honest, because you obviously can't match all the kits the same. So I think we'll probably go back and put that other kit at the top, so they're all the same. Didn't want to have to do that, but I think we're going to have to be fair. The other thing is, why is it always number 5 when the goalie is usually number 1? I've always wondered that when you're doing this. But I guess it's just me. It's not really a biggie, but just a thought. Anyway, very nice goalie kit. Happy with the goalie kit. Looks really nice. Really nice Adidas goalie kit in game. Yeah, obviously if you want to add third and fourth kits, then you've got to add, and it comes up and you add them in simply there. I know there's a few of you that struggled with that in previous years. But that's how you do it. But you can still, like I say, don't paste image, go through all these and you can make it in game to make a decent kit anyway without doing it like that. Your logo and everything will still be in game if you do it properly like we showed you to. So you've got your kits in game, you've got everything else. Changing managers, now obviously this doesn't really matter, but when you come to put in your manager on your Master League, you'll be able to put the name of the manager. So I should be putting, you know, the Spartan or Pro Spartan, whatever I go for in the Master League. So that'll be there. You'll see that at the start of the Spartans 2017 Master League, us doing that. If you want to put in Belinda Buxton Pair, or, you know, or Caroline Cunnilingus as your manager, then wait until the Master League. Squad numbers and that don't really matter. Game plan don't really matter. Home ground, you've obviously got to put your home ground in. Now we are going to start at the Sports Park, which is a new one this year. It's a really small stadium, so I think this is the place to start from scratch, because you're looking to build it from the ground up to make a dynasty. Sports Park looks a real tin pot shithole of a stadium. You know, a little bit like Salford Stadium on the team of '92, really. You know, burger van with crappy hygiene rating, you know, a rat falling around in the microwave, and, you know, badger shit in the freezer or something. You know, this is the sort of ground that this is. You know, one shower and the shitter right next to it. You know, the shitter with all the brown ring around the outside, and probably one of those cisterns that you pull high up. You know, and it's like Niagara Falls coming down on top of you. You know, and Barry Bunter's shit is still floating around on the top, and you can't get rid of it because he was in there before you. That's the sort of ground that this is. Somewhere that no one wants to come. You know, the coffee's got curdled milk that stinks like shit, and that's the place it is. But obviously it's called Spartan Park. We know what it's called. It's Spartan Park. It's a place of dreams. It's a place where you become a hero. You go down in folklore. Spartan Park. There it is. There's no image, but we're going to do some detailed settings. We're going to go for the rounds. You've always got to have the rounds. Blue. I'd love some more colours here. Come on, Konami. Where are the more colours? Seat colours. We're not going to go red. It'll have to be blue again, which is a shame because there's nothing else. Goal style. Now this has changed. There's a slightly more goal styles. Now what are we going to go for? Are we going to go for 4, 3 or 1? I'm going to go for the 4. I think I like them all bits. The net pattern is only 1. We're going to go for squared, and we are going to go, I don't know, stripes. Yeah, let's start with stripes. So yeah, you can do all that shit like you could before. Rival club, will just really the closest ones to you. So we've got a couple. We've got Bournemouth, which is just down the road, so we'll put them in. We've got Bristol City, who are in the Sky Bet, so we'll put them in. They're just down the road. I mean, Southampton's reasonably close if you call 80 miles close, but that would be the other rival club really if you want a free. We're not going to bother about that. And then your banners, which is always good fun. So we're going to put, as usual, with the Spartans, and we're going to have Dine in Hell as one. You know, you can do whatever you want. If you wanted to say something like, I don't know, Belinda as Big Bangers. You know, I don't know. Why not? You can write whatever you want there and it'll appear in the crowd. So Belinda has Big Bangers. You can't do it. It's not long enough. What a shame. It's nearly as bad as the profanity filter on No Man's Sky that just ruins all your funds, doesn't it? So, you know, Buxton Pair, which is a nice one, or Balls and All, which is another one that we like saying on our Spartan series. You can get that in there. You could put a Buxton Pair. Let's write Balls and All. Let's have that in game this year. It's one of our sayings that we like to say. You know, it's a Balls and All commentary. Let's get it in there. Let's get one of the knobs out there to carry it around in the crowd for us. Balls and All, they are. What else are we going to have? We are going to have Stimage, legend. We always have to have Stimage, the legend. He was a legend of 2000 and we turn around and, you know, obviously you got your Come On, your Spartans and all stuff like that, which is a bit crap. But we're going to put one in from the Spartans of 2016, which was an amazing series. We're going to put Tivy. We're going to put Tivy 1-0, because how often did we say that last year? Loads of times. And that's what we're going to put on that banner. Tivy 1-0, just for the hell of it. So you've got 4 banners in game. They will appear in game. And then You know, as you come out, to make sure you've done it. Let's just come right out of edit mode. Make sure you save it. Obviously, the team will be the PES United team if you play in expedition matches, but you will see your kits in game. So let's just set it up. Let's just show you. Let's go to a match, play match, expedition match. We're not really worried about who or what. I just want to show you. Now, don't worry and don't panic, because it's gonna, in here it defaults all your teams back to where they were before you've edited them. In expedition mode, but when you come to start a Master League, they'll all be in the right places, so you can see Dortmund and that's coming over European because they were licensed in the game beforehand. So your team might well appear in the Bundesliga, and there they are. Spartans are in there. It's a bit confusing. I don't know why it does that. It's a bit of a ball ache, but that's what it's done this year. So Spartans, and we're going to play against the other European side that we've put in game recently. We are going to play against Fenerbahce, or shall we play against someone different? Anderlecht. Okay, game plan, like I said, it doesn't really matter about game plan. Let's just, there's the Spartan kit. So you've got the Spartan kits in game, Anderlecht kits in game. Let's play in the second kit. Let's just see them walk out. Make sure you've got your stadium. So there you are, your little Timbot stadium. Your nets are done. Your thing on the pitch is done. The Spartans badge is in. You've got Spartan Park. It's a real little shitty stadium, like I said. We don't want to hear them talking. There's the Spartan kits in game. This is the away kit this year, based on the Fenerbahce away kit, done by Jordan, done by PES World, sponsored by PES World. We've got Anderlecht alongside in their kit. They look quite nice. And this earmarks the start of your dreams. So you've got your kit in. There's all your badges. Can we see any of our banners up? Can't see any at the moment, but it looks a nice little ground. It looks a sort of ground where you can start your Master League off, doesn't it? It's not, you know, it really is small, and then you can change that as you get better. And when you get into the big Champions League and that later on in your Master League, you can obviously then dish up and change your stadium into something bigger. So we've got Anderlecht in the game. As you can see, the proper Anderlecht side as well, which is quite nice. Spartan kit looks fantastic. Really nice job by Jordan. Looking really the business. And yeah, that's basically it. Off and running. You've got your team in. You can now start to build your dynasty. Now, I hope that's really helped everybody. Any questions, and obviously whack them there, and we will see if we can help you. But that's how you put your dream team, or whatever you want to call it, in game. Whoa, and a scorcher across the ground, and that's it. See you soon, dudes. Spartan series will start very soon. Look out for it. Hope you enjoyed that, and hope it's helped lots of you get what you wanted. Cheers.